Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm a personal trainer and pre- and postnatal specialist. And today I'm working with Vivactive to show you how you can build a strong pelvic floor. So today I'm going to talk you through a few different exercises, and then we'll finish with talking about why it's important to build a strong pelvic floor. So what is the pelvic floor? Well, the pelvic floor is made up of layers of muscle and ligaments and stretches from the pubic bone all the way round to the back and attaches to the coccyx. It also goes side to side, kind of like a gusset on a pair of pants. It also goes in a figure of 8 all the way around the urethra, the vagina and the anus. And they basically act as a hammock to cradle the organs in the pelvis. So that's the bladder, the uterus and the bowel. So how do you know you're working your pelvic floor? Well, I want you to imagine that perhaps you need to pass wind, but maybe you're in polite company and it's not really appropriate. So you want to hold it in. That drawing up feeling, that's your pelvic floor at work. Another way to identify where your pelvic floor is if you imagine that you're on the toilet and you're having a wee and there's a knock on the door and you need to stop your flow mid-flow. That squeezing, that tightening and lifting, that's your pelvic floor at work. Okay, exercise number 1. You can do this seated or standing, but you might be more comfortable lying down. If you are going to do this laid down, you want to make sure that your pelvis is flat. So you can see here that my hips are flat to the ground and my back is also flat to the ground. You might want to close your eyes. I know this helps me with my muscle-mind, mind-muscle connection. And you're going to start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this time, as you breathe in, I want you to imagine drawing up from those pelvic floor muscles. And we're going to try and hold and draw up and squeeze for the count of 10. So here we go, breathing in and drawing up. And holding for 10. 9, squeeze as hard as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax and release for 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can do this 3 to 4 times and preferably repeat it 3 to 4 times throughout the day if you've got time. So why do this exercise? Well, in the body, there are 2 different types of muscle fibers, slow twitch and fast twitch. Slow twitch are responsible for endurance. Now, your pelvic floor needs stamina. That's your ability to hold it. If you build the pelvic floor's stamina, you're going to be able to hold it for longer and it will reduce your urgency factor, you know, when you really need to go to the toilet. Okay, so exercise number 2. Now we're going to look at some short, sharp contractions. We're going to look at doing about 10 of these. So we're looking at drawing up from those pelvic floor, squeezing and releasing. We're going to have those contractions last for about 1 second each, and we're going to try and perform 10 short, sharp contractions. I like to do this because it helps me with my mind-muscle connection, really thinking about drawing up from those muscles and squeezing as hard as we can. Are you ready? Okay then, so take a deep breath in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're just short, sharp contractions where we squeeze and release 1 and 1. So why do this exercise? Well, this exercise focuses on building the strength of the fast twitch muscles. So we need those so that our muscles can react quickly to stresses such as coughing or laughing or sneezing, so that if you cough or laugh or sneeze, you're less likely to leak downstairs. Okay, so exercise number 3. For this, you will need to lie down. So once again, we're looking for that neutral position of the pelvis to make sure it's not tipped forward or backwards. It's nice and flat and the back is nice and flush with the ground. Now we're going to be doing a little bit of work with the abdominals today as well. So what we're going to do is take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this time, as you breathe in through the nose, you're going to think about drawing up from that pelvic floor. So breathing in and drawing up. You can also think about engaging those abdominals by shortening the distance between the rib and the hip. So we're drawing up, and as we breathe out, we're going to send one leg out long. And bring the leg back in on an inhalation. Now, if when you perform that movement, you feel the pelvis tip or rock, that is a disconnection between the breath and the abdominals and a weakness in the core, really. So we really want to focus on shortening that distance there between the rib cage and the pelvis, engaging the abdominals, engaging the pelvic floor, and making everything work together. So we'll try again on the other leg. So take a deep breath in, drawing up. Squeeze, engage, and exhale. Take that leg out nice and long. And bring it back in on an inhalation. Now you can do this about 8 to 12 times, so 10 times, and 3 sets, 3 to 4 times a day if you have time. So why do this exercise then? Well, it can help encourage pelvic contractions as well as strengthening all of those muscles, but it also targets those deep transverse abdominis as well. Okay, so exercise number 4. This is our final exercise for today, and you're going to be happy about this. We're lying down. So, once again, we want to find that neutral position with the pelvis, so we're nice and flat, we're not tilted in either direction. I like to take my arms side to side for this, close my eyes and imagine I'm on a nice sunny beach. So you're going to start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now this time as you do it, I want you to think about drawing up from the pelvic floor and squeezing and making this area nice and short and tight, reducing the space between the last rib and the top of the hip. And we're going to lift the leg. So 1, 2, 3, breathing in, lift the leg, and breathing out, relax. So if when you perform that, you find that your pelvis does start to tilt, that is a disconnect between your mind and your muscles. You're losing a bit of strength through the abdominals. So it's at that moment that we really have to think about shortening the space, contracting the abdominals, and drawing up from the pelvic floor. So we'll try that again on the other side. So we'll take a breath to prepare. So breathing in and out. And take a deep breath in, drawing up from the pelvic floor, squeeze, draw, lift, and exhale, lower. It really is that lowering phase where you need to think about your abdominals working to keep that pelvis in place. And you can do this 8 to 12 times, changing legs as you go, so roughly 10. Do 3 sets, 3 to 4 times a day if you have time. So why do this exercise then? Well, just like the exercise before, it helps to promote pelvic floor contractions, but it also helps to build stability through the core. So why have we done all this today? Why have you watched this video? Why is it important to build a strong pelvic floor? Well, it can genuinely improve the quality of your life. By activating these muscles and working to build stronger pelvic floor, you can engage them faster and you can squeeze them so that they are stronger. So you won't need to go to the toilet as urgently, but also if you have a little slip or a cough, you're less likely to leak. By reducing your risk of incontinence, it helps build confidence. Also, it can really help reduce lower back pain and pressure in the pelvis, and it can also lead to an improved sex life. Who wouldn't want that?